What's up YouTube? Scott the Car Guy here today with another video. I wanted to make another video before the year ends, kind of lay out what I'm planning for the channel and what I'm planning for my 335. Today is the 30th, so it's not technically the last day of the year. I'm just going to be completely packed tomorrow, so I knew I wouldn't have time to make a video. But yeah, I just wanted to, go over what I did this year and what I am planning on doing next year. So, in the end of January, I purchased this BMW 335xi. I put up, I think, 7 videos. I put up a video about the Golf T-Mod. I did a JB4 video, JB4 install video. I did my window tint. I did like a fast blast driving video. And I also did a BMW M3 shopping guide video. I'm going to continue to do different DIY and different modification videos, as well as the shopping guide videos. That was sort of just like a test. But in 2019, I'm going to try to post a lot more frequently. I've been busy the last few months house shopping, and I finally bought a house, and also just like wedding planning. So that's been like taking up a lot of my time in addition to work. I have like a lot of new responsibilities at work, which means less free time. So the free time that I did have, I was doing other stuff. But 2019, I want to dedicate a lot more time to making car YouTube videos. So, for the rest of this video, I'm going to just do a cool little downtown Pittsburgh drive. If you're not from the area, or if you've never been through Pittsburgh, it's a really cool city at night. So I'm gonna, drive past and then drive into the city. The Steelers just won. So there could be people just still being crazy driving out, but we're gonna go through a tunnel right now. Coming up on this tunnel. Aenvoi music. So, while I sit in traffic, I figured I would give you an update on the mods that I plan to do to my car in 2019. So, right off the bat, I need to do a valve cleaning. So I bought the walnut blasting kit. I bought the tank. I have a air compressor. I bought like the gun and all the walnut, the media blasting kit. So as far as maintenance goes, I plan on doing that. I actually had my water pump and my thermostat just changed a few weeks ago. I'm going to do another video on what led me to believe that I needed that water pump changed, just so you can tell signs when your vehicle is acting up, and what led me to believe that there was a problem with the water pump. And then also there was another problem, but I'll get into that in a video just dedicated to that. But I also want to do some cosmetic things to the car. So right now it's just pretty much stock except for like the tint, and then the front grille is blacked out. But I definitely want to do rims. Now the question is, when do I do rims? Because, you know, I may have thousands of miles left on my tires, and so it makes a lot of sense to purchase rims at the same time that you're purchasing new tires. So I would just buy the new rims from Tire Rack and the new tires from Tire Rack, have them mounted and just shipped to me, and then I'd put them on myself. Exterior modification number 2 or 3, I bought wheel spacers. That'll be a separate video. I believe it's 20 in the back and 15 up front. The front doesn't need it as bad as the back does. Honestly, like, we'll see how it looks. I might put them just on the back. The back wheel, and I'll put up a picture right now. The back wheel is just so far in from that fender, even compared to like a normal, like, I'm just like looking cars ahead of me. There's like this Lincoln MKZ. That wheel is like, you know, relatively flush with the fender, and on these BMWs it's like inches in. So I bought a 20 millimeter wide one on the back, which, you know, that's a pretty sizable one. But the question is, what will that do when I get new rims? Because like, it will be spaced out a little bit differently. That we will have to find out. Also, exterior wise, or not exterior wise, but cosmetic wise, I want to do something with the steering wheel. I've seen different kits where they install additional leather padding and grip, more like on the 135 with like the M Sport steering wheel, how it has like the perforated leather. I really like that feeling, and this steering wheel is like a little bit thin, and you know, the grips are nice, but you know, you can always use like a thicker steering wheel. I may also, as crazy as this sounds, consider getting a wrap for this vehicle. I don't want to say what color yet, but I think that's definitely a possibility. I may be wrapping this, and that also may affect my wheel color choice, because I don't want to pick a wheel color choice for the color that it is now. I want to pick it for what it will become. I just feel like the black, you know, there's just so many of them. I want something that, you know, stands out a little bit more, in the same vein of standing out a little bit more. VRSF just finished up their kit for a muffler delete for this thing, and so I've been following along like the development of that. I didn't want to just like have my mufflers cut off and then just go to a shop and have them just weld on, you know, pipes on the back with like, you know, junk tips. They have a really nice kit where you just cut it off right before the muffler and then clamp on their kit, and then it goes in the hangers, and then they have like 3 different tip options. So I could just get like black tips, or you could get like burnt tips for the exhaust, and they're not like ridiculously huge, and it's not ridiculously expensive. It's like $200 or something like that, $270. It's funny because my friend just bought an Audi S4, and he was telling me, he was like, oh, what kind of exhaust do you have on your car? Because he just bought like muffler delete, resonator delete. Smells good.
Yeah, dude.
It still has cats, but everything else has been taken off, and it's really loud. And he was asking me, he was like, what kind of exhaust do you have? Just, you know, from hearing my car rip out of the parking lot and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, it's stock. Like, the only modification I have is the Golf T mod, which basically, you know, opens up the flap so that it's always like in loud mode all the time. But even then, like, this car is just so well insulated that I can't, like, I can't hear that it's loud. So he's telling me that, you know, it's loud, but, you know, I'm never outside of my car, you know, when it's going by, so I can't hear it. Even whenever I'm going through the tunnel like that, like, it's not really that loud. There's like trucks going by that are louder. So if I go muffler delete, it will just make it much louder, but I'm not going to mess with like the tone or anything like that. I could potentially do like a catless downpipe, but like, I don't know if I want to mess with, you know, the downpipe fix and you know, vehicle inspections and stuff like that, like tricking the system into thinking that it has cats, and then also just like the smell of it. From what I've read, you know, I'm happy with the power level. I'm not doing the muffler delete just to get any more power. I would just do it to make it louder. Another feature, not a feature, but another video and another mod that I'm planning on doing is, so I already have the JB4, but I bought the DCAN, I think that's what it's called, or maybe it's KDAN, yeah, DCAN, the cable, so that I can plug my computer in through the OBD2 port, and I actually have a Android emulator, which I will use to run the MHD tuning software. So I'm gonna be running MHD along with the JB4 on this. So that will be like another series of videos. I'll do, you know, different red light. I'll do different backfire settings, just so you can see what the difference is, because, you know, you see videos online and it's like, you know, extreme burble 2 second, and so I'll walk you through like all the different settings, and then I'll work on finding whatever setting I like best. Similar to that, I want to flash the transmission, because it could definitely be faster. There is the Alpina flash, and then there's the XHP flash. So I want to do the XHP flash, and I can do that through the OBD2, through the Android emulator on my Mac. I also want to try the X delete from that same XHP company, where it turns off the front wheels for the all-wheel drive and it makes it just rear-wheel drive. That's one thing I regret about getting, is an all-wheel drive. Sure, I live somewhere where it snows, but for the amount of miles that I drive, I definitely could have gotten by with just getting a rear-wheel drive car. I've had this car for almost exactly a year. It's been like 11 months, and I've only put 7,000 miles on it. So I definitely could have gotten a rear-wheel drive car. So I guess I could, with the X delete, I could just run all-wheel drive if I needed it, like if it was like snowy out, but the rest of the time I could just run rear-wheel drive. Thinking off the top of my head, that, you know, I think that's all I have planned. You know, whether I get all of this done in the first half of the year, the second half of the year, I don't have a specific timeline for everything, but this is what I have planned, and hold me to it. I want to make more videos, and if I do like the XHP, and if I do the MHD, there's a lot more content that I could create. There's a ton of videos. But yeah, stay tuned and enjoy the rest of this drive.